building a business is like buying a new house or really just moving anytime. Here's what happens when you want to move, okay? It just comes on you, doesn't it? You just kind of wake up one day and you're like, I feel like it's time we need to move. It is probably almost never your husband, okay? It is almost always women who just know we need a new nest. This nest isn't working. We need a new nest. It just stirs inside of you. And so then you decide, okay, we're going to move. And here's the thing, moving is a grueling, very challenging process. Even if you're renting and moving into another rental, it is still stressful. Okay, but especially if you're buying a house or selling a house, there's so much that goes into getting ready for that, finding a new place to live, packing up all of your stuff in cardboard boxes, and getting it to the new place. Okay? But despite the fact that this is so difficult, we have a high level of confidence that we will pull it off, don't we? We're just like, oh, we're going to find a place. And even if there's heartbreak along the way, right? Maybe you put an offer on a house and it wasn't accepted, or maybe it fell through for some reason, and maybe you had a good cry about it, but you wake up the next day and you're back on Zillow and you're looking at houses. We have a high level of confidence that we will find a place. We don't sit around thinking, what if we never find a place? I guess we'll just be in this place forever. We just don't do that. And the other thing that we do is we daydream about this new place, even though we don't know what it looks like yet. So I was just recently talking to a client of mine about this idea that building a business is like buying a house. And she said, oh yeah, I remember when we lived in a townhouse with 3 little kids and the bathroom was upstairs, right? So when they were potty training, they always had to take the kids upstairs to go potty. And there was no room for bicycles. And so she said, when we wanted to move, I was so excited about having a bathroom on the same floor as the kids' rooms and having space for bicycles. And just imagine that. I think as moms, we can all be like, yeah, those 2 things sound amazing to have. Even if you can't tell what the color of the house is, or the size of the house, or the street that the house is going to be on. But in business, we do the opposite, right? We spend a lot of time thinking, what if this business doesn't work out? And we spend a lot of time wanting to know every single detail of the business in order to feel confident, right? I want to know what the numbers are. I want to have a perfect website. If I just did X, Y, and Z, then I would feel comfortable that this business is going to be successful. But let's go back to the house example, because everybody I've shared this with immediately has gotten it. They're like, oh yeah, I know that feeling of just daydreaming about our new life in the new house. Now, when you move to a new house, is your life perfect and wonderful and just dreamy? Of course not. Of course, I was just talking to one of my friends who bought a house, and she said she loved the windows. And she said, I just sold myself so hard on these beautiful windows and sitting in the living room and looking out the windows that I may have like kind of glossed over and overlooked a lot of other problems in the house. And now they're in this house, and it's an older house, and they're kind of finding all these things and making plans to fix the things that need to be fixed. But isn't that just how we do it? We just go in like, oh, I love the color. The kids are going to play in this yard. And we just spin this story, and it's so yummy, isn't it? It feels so good. And I want you to know that you can do that about your business. You can spend more time like daydreaming about your future business so that it fills your body with this yummy feeling, because it is that feeling that then gets us to do the crummy things, right? Because searching for houses on Zillow, constantly showing them to your husband, going and seeing them, dealing with lenders, packing up your stuff, repainting the hallway before you sell your house, all of those things are kind of lame, right? We're not excited to do any of those things. I remember once putting my 3 small kids on a blanket in the middle of our living room, and I was on a ladder painting, and I was like, okay, we're going to play this blanket game where you're not allowed to get off the blanket. And I just got it done, man. I just painted that living room, and at that point, the kids would have been, I think like 7, 5, and 3, or maybe 6, 4, and 2. I mean, they were really little. And we overcome the great discomfort involved in moving because we are so confident that it's going to happen, and we absolutely believe that our life is going to be better at that new place. And even though we know that life is 50-50, right? There's always going to be good things and negative things. The truth is, your life will be better in that new house, right? You will have a bathroom on the floor with the kids, and having the ability to have bikes is better. So the things that you think are going to be better will be better. Why wouldn't we spend time thinking about that? So yes, there will be more challenges. I don't tell myself that life will be easy there. Right? I don't say, okay, when we move into the new house, everything's going to be easy. And I don't do that with business either. I don't say, when I hit 6 figures, when I hit 7 figures, business will be easy, right? I know it's not going to be. I know there will be new challenges, some of which I'm aware of and some of which I'm not aware of. But I like to daydream about the things that will be better. A lot of you are doing everything on your own. And when you get to the place where you can have an executive assistant or like an ops-minded person to help you, business feels a lot better. It is so fun. And so why not think about that? And if you want to stay and do a lot of the things yourself, think about what you're going to spend your money on. Are you going to spend money for private tuition for your kids? Are you going to pay off one of your car loans? Right? There's reasons we want money. There's reasons we want to grow our business. But unlike the house, we mostly sit around thinking about the negative things with business. This business isn't going to work and everything's terrible. It's like if you were looking at a house and then every time you talked about it with your friends, all you did was talk about the negative things and the work that you were going to have to do. Well, the gutters need to be changed, and I don't know if I like that neighbor 3 doors down, and yes, we have 5 acres, but we're going to have to mow it. How likely are you to then be willing to paint your hallway or pack up your stuff in a good attitude if that's what's waiting for you? Building a business is like buying a house. Spend more time in the dreaming of it. Spend more time thinking about what's going to be better for you and for your family when you reach this next level of business. You have the ability to do this. You've done it before when you moved. And I think this is the feminine genius that we bring. We have vision and we just have hope and faith, right? It's just faith that you believe that when your body is like, ding, it's time to move, that there is a house for you. You believe that God has prepared a place for you. And even when, because I've been through this now enough times, we bought houses maybe 3 or 4 times, I know that when I'm in love with a house, I'm like, this is the one, I love it so much, and it falls through for whatever reason, I know I'm going to love the one we end up with the most, because that's always happened. The house we actually buy is always better than all the houses I thought I really, really wanted along the way. And it's the same with your business. You can't see the shape or the form or the exact offers or the way that you're going to be doing it or the way that you're going to talk about it. You can't see that right now. And you don't need to. You just need to believe that there's going to be this version of your business in the future that is so wonderful and it brings you better things and that God has it waiting for you. And so if you just experienced a launch and it didn't go as well as you wanted, or if it's been harder to get your business off the ground than you thought, or you grew your business and now you have a team and you're like, I actually don't love managing people. I really just want to go back to being a one-woman show. Look forward. Paint that picture. What is the next version of your business? And it doesn't have to be the forever version, either maybe a year out or at a particular milestone. What does it look like? And just sit on the porch of your business at that level, right? I can always picture, I don't know that we've ever actually had that kind of magical porch where you sit on it in the front and look out. But I always picture that. I always picture like sitting on a swinging bench in this new house watching my kids play. There's a version of that in your business, right? A launch that goes really well, a team meeting that just feels so dialed in. Getting those first clients, paying something off, not working as many hours. Daydream about that until you're willing to roll up your sleeves and do the uncomfortable things, because of course business is always going to involve uncomfortable things. But we are so much more willing to do it when our vision in the future is really wonderful. So God has called you to business. He has a version of your business waiting for you that's just perfect for you. And just like the house, we know there's going to be things that need work. It's not just going to be sunshine and rainbows over there. But things will be better. Think about the better things. Imagine how that business is going to feel. And then get to work making it happen with the full belief that God is going to bring that to you. I genuinely believe that the desires, the deep desires in our hearts come from the Lord, and He will fulfill them because He is a good and loving Father. All right, ladies, I love you. I'm praying for you. Get to work and have a blessed day.